everyone's expecting the Chiefs to fall off this year, right? We have this weird thing that happens in the media. When we say so much success, we expect at some point for it to end. And obviously it does, right? After 2 decades, the Patriots dynasty eventually tapered off. But we're talking about Mahomes and Andy Reid right now. And as far as I'm concerned, the Chiefs are still the team to beat in the AFC until proven otherwise. 7 straight conference championships, Andy Reid and Mahomes. I'm not betting against them. Don't fix what ain't broken. This roster has proven time and time again they can battle through adversity, make the playoffs, make the conference championship, go to the Super Bowl, and win, even back-to-back times. Now listen, last year, 15-2, no doubt they were a good team. Was there a little help with the refs? Were there a few calls that mysteriously went their way? I won't deny it. But I'm also not here to whine and complain. I'm a Bills fan. I'm talking about the Chiefs with the Chiefs jacket on. I'm trying to stay unbiased here. And from what I've seen, the Chiefs are still a really good team with a really good roster. Defensively, they're still a top 10 unit in the NFL. They're bringing back the majority of their 2024 defense, which ranked 6th in points against per game at 20.5. And let me tell you something. When you give the greatest quarterback of this generation 20.5 points, he needs to score 21 points per game to win. That's not too bad at all. You put the ball in Mahomes' hands, he needs 3 touchdowns through the time span of a game. This is why the Chiefs succeeded last year. And I find that earlier on, when you trace back to the early portions of Mahomes' career and how things were running in Kansas City, it was heavily focused on the offense. You had Tyreek Hill. You had prime Travis Kelce. You had Mahomes. They were the focus of this team. And as time has progressed, as they've lost a few weapons, Tyreek Hill went to Miami, Travis Kelce inevitably has gotten a little bit older, and Mahomes himself too, the focus has shifted over to the defense, I found. I think Mahomes is asked to do just a little bit less than he was earlier on in his career, and at this point, the defense has kind of taken over. It's kind of giving that Brady and Pats vibe. You know what I mean? Patriots defenses were always really good, and Brady just needed to show up and execute. And he did. He was really good at that. I'm not taking it away from Brady, but again, this is a team game, and when you have a really solid defense that's holding the opponent to 20.5 points per game, hey, it's going to work out pretty well for you. So, listen, I know they didn't wow in free agency. They didn't blow the roof off, but they kept the foundation of their defense. Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton, Trent McDuffie, they got their guys there that will hold down the fort, and everything around them, they will become a cohesive group once again this year under the control of Spags. Spags is still a threat for every single team in the NFL, right? He's still one of the best, if not the best, defensive coordinator in the league. There isn't a doubt in my mind he will have this defensive unit back in top 10 shape again this season for another consecutive year. That's who Spags is. That's who this defense has been for the past, 3-4 years now. So defensively, I think they check a huge box for Mahomes, and they alleviate a lot of pressure off his shoulders and give him the freedom to experiment, right? He knows he can fall back on his great defense, so he'll play a little bit freer, free football, and that's what you like to see out of Mahomes. Again, the greatest quarterback of this generation. Obviously, you shift to the offense, and I've said his name a few times already, but you got Patrick Mahomes. This whole narrative, again, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been a top 5, top 10 quarterback for how many years now? I'm just not buying it. I know the stats haven't been there, but last year, if you truly break down the situation, Travis Kelce was getting older. He lost Rashee Rice. There was no Hollywood Brown. I mean, yeah, he had Xavier Worthy. The run game was injured. It was bare bones for weapons and support around him. And I thought Mahomes made the best of the situation he was in. And again, the defense played a huge role. But listen, give me a healthy Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Rashee Rice. Mahomes returns as a 4,300-yard passer with 35-plus touchdowns. Easily. Okay? Travis Kelce has notably taken a step back. Not going to deny it. That's the reality of the situation. They can't rely on Travis Kelce as a true number one option anymore. And that's not a knock on Travis Kelce. Eventually, especially when you're a pass catcher, age gets the best of you. It's going to happen. Travis Kelce is still elite at what he does. He is still the best option in this Chiefs offense. But he can't be pulling the sled, carrying all the weight on his shoulders. They need a new number one. That's Rashee Rice, in my opinion. When Rashee Rice was healthy last year, tore the roof off. Rashee Rice, through 3 games, averaged 96 yards per game, 0.6 touchdowns per game. If he plays a full season, which he's probably not going to because he's on track to be suspended for 2 to 8 games, he's the top guy. But if they have him for the back half of the season in the playoffs, that's dangerous. But back to Travis Kelce. Again, Kelce is still an elite option. He just can't carry the workload of the offense. He is there as a security blanket for Patrick Mahomes. He understands what Pat wants. He gets into open areas. He's a veteran of the game, understands defenses, understands coverages, might not be as athletic and agile as he once was. You ask me to take a pass catcher over him right now, Brock Bowers, George Kittle, 1,000%. All day long. Like, it's not even a debate. But with that all being said, when it's 3rd and 5 to win the Super Bowl, who's getting the ball? It's Travis Kelce. They just need to incorporate him in a different way in the offense. That's it. And he's preparing for his life after football, just acted in an Adam Sandler movie. Like, he's getting ready to go on his way out. But he is still absolutely an option in this offense. They just need to rejig things so he isn't the number one sole pass catcher on the team. And like I said, that comes with a little bit of time. But with Xavier Worthy breaking out last year, with Rashee Rice hopefully back for the majority of the season, if not that, at least the playoffs and the bulk of the important games, and then Hollywood Brown obviously coming back as well, that's going to be big. But listen, bottom line, I'm bidding on a quarterback and a head coach that have made 7 straight AFC conference championships and just recently won back-to-back Super Bowls. I understand they got blown out last year against Philly. Philly was the best team in the league by far. There was no team that was coming close. All right? The Chiefs are still the top team in the AFC until proven otherwise. I'll say it, and I'll say it again.